This is Channel 5 with Andrew Callaghan. He's the one that used to be on All Gas No Brakes or All Brakes No Gas. But now he got his own shit. So that's good. I would support that. Get your own thing, boy. Get your own, you know what I'm saying? Like Kanye just learned. Sway had the answers. Just do it yourself. This is a pro-choice rally. And it seems like we're starting off shooting.
The patriarchy is your body, your choice. Ending abortion will never end abortion. It will only end safe legal access to it. And I think if you ask any of the Republicans who are so loudly shouting pro-life, if they've ever forced a mistress to have an abortion, and I think it will be shockingly alarming how many they do. We are here to...
I love that point because it's so funny because a lot of the, let's say, politicians that say, oh, abortion is murder, be the same ones that have got multiple abortions multiple times with their mistresses that they've been stepping out on their wife with. So it's like, yo, this goes to show you that a lot of these people is fake and they only push certain things because that's what their party pushes, and that's just what they need to maintain their power or gain power. You can't have your own opinion to an extent. You got to go with what the party say. Otherwise, they're gonna cast you aside. Just like the Democrats cast aside Tulsi Gabbard. I think that's her name. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard. I fuck with her though. She cool people.
advocate.
But tell me though, what is the patriarchy? Somebody tell me what that is. Somebody tell me what that is. Talk to me like I'm dumb. Like I don't know. Tell me what that is. And tell me what's wrong with it.
For all uterus.
And cite your sources.
Havers. There are many access.
And look what she said too. Uterus havers. Women. Just say women. Women. Say it. Women.
Alarming how many they do. We are here to advocate for all uterus havers.
All
there are
women.
many accesses for you to make sure that you are still capable to receive safe and legal abortion.
Tonight, history is unfolding across the United States.
The highest court in the land reversed course on 50 years of federal constitutional rights to an abortion, sending the issue to the states.
Hundreds, if not 1,000 protesters filled 2nd Avenue in downtown.
My body, my
I
choice.
actually was raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. My whole family is Christian now, but also my Christian family.
Damn, what happened to the suit? Why he just in a shirt and jeans? That boy's always in a suit. It's probably too hot or something. Pro-life is a lie if you don't care when women die. Catchy.
Is pro-choice. I don't think you can bash the entire religion based off of it. There are a lot of pro-choice Christians out there that understand that while they may not personally feel a certain way, they can't tell other people how they can and can't feel. The thing is, if you're going to be debating with the Christian stance, that has to be separate from the government. You can't enforce or impose any sort of religious beliefs. It has to be separate from the state. I mean, that's how the Constitution was formed.
Everybody can argue what they want, but that's the bottom line.
You have 80% of the population on this.
No cap, and a lot of the Republicans agree with that too. They just say a lot of that Christian or religious rhetoric because they want to continue to get that white Christian American base in the voter base. You know what I'm saying? The type of people that go to the mega churches, the type of people that tune in to TBS and watch Joel Osteen every Sunday. Okay? Them type of people, they want to, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gullible. They're gullible. They giving these people money, these pastors and preachers money to go buy private jets. Oh yeah, I want the people to vote for me because they going to do anything. They'll do anything.
Side. That's a lot of opportunity for change and hope for the future. Unfortunately, it's just in the wrong hands right now. These justices were appointed so long ago and will stay in power until they die. They were appointed at a different time and a different era where different things were considered acceptable, where they no longer are now, and it's no longer the voice of the people either.
History does repeat itself, and it's just unfortunate that we're all here yet again.
What are your thoughts on the Supreme Court?
They can go fuck themselves.
We just talked to some Christians across the street, and they think that the moment conception occurs, a life form has germinated. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that you can believe whatever you believe, but the second it infringes on my body, I don't give a fuck. But if you read other religions and stuff, like in Jewish law, it is required to abort a baby or a fetus if it jeopardizes the life of the mother. So you need to understand that Christianity isn't the end-all, say-all. There are a multitude of different religions, and we need to respect them all. I think it's infuriating that a dead body has more bodily autonomy than me. You cannot force anybody to donate anything in their body, even though it can save somebody's life.
They said a baby has more bodily autonomy than them. How? I think that's just something that the people say that just sounds good and they just let it catch on. Because how does a baby have more? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else they say you can't do with your body. I mean, even with this, overturning this, they're not saying you can't do it. It's up to the state. So if the state says, yeah, you have an argument if it's with the state. But, I don't know. Let's keep going.
And you're forcing me to potentially jeopardize my health and my safety for something that I don't even want. That's not even considered a life, in my opinion, and the opinion of a multitude of people.
I think life begins whenever the baby is physically, pushed out of the womb. If I was in a position to where I was pregnant, I would get an abortion. I think this is extremely unfair and just backwards. It honestly just makes me feel so many emotions: sad, disgusted, angry, and just disappointed. Women need to protect our bodies, so fuck the Supreme Court. As the world changes and evolves, so do people, and we can't just have the same people in office their entire life. It's just gonna end up being backwards. I think that we should at least, have elections for it.
Dude, it's just fucking disappointing. We just have a bunch of old white men, trying to decide what to do with people's bodies, and, that's fucked up.
Are you surprised?
No, fuck no. Why are we surprised nowadays? Our legal system just doesn't seem like it works.
They should not be able to be in the Supreme Court for...
Ooh, hold on. That white girl kind of thick. Hold on. Ugh, her posture is terrible, though. Never mind.
An unlimited amount of time, and we should be able to have more of a say in who's running our country.
Aren't all other, levels, elected? So, why wouldn't these folks be elected as well, I guess, is kind of where I'm thinking.
Some of these people are 70, 80 years old. Boomer mentality. It's time for a change.
Perhaps even beyond boomer.
Perhaps even beyond boomer.
I'm not sure what it's called to be 10 years above boomer. I think it might be called the greatest generation.
Fuck these old men.
Who's your least favorite old man?
Clarence Thomas.
Brett Kavanaugh. Fuck him.
It's my old friend Mads. I'm going to put a picture on the screen here of me and Mads 10 years ago in the studio, recording some rap music. Mads doesn't really rap anymore. He plays guitar, but he fucking rips it. Cause I got the coronavirus blues. Mads, what do you think about what's going on right now?
It's horrendous. It's super sad. Feel terrible for my mom and all the women, and it's pretty scary what's happening to this country. And yeah, women should have complete control over their own bodies. The government should stay the fuck away. Yeah.
What do you think about the idea that immediately upon conception, an autonomous life exists inside of the womb?
I think it's ridiculous. It's
yeah, I'm gonna lie to you. I don't think the baby is me personally. I understand both arguments, pro-life, pro-choice. But at the end of the day, they should just left it how it was. You know what I'm saying? They should left it how it was. Because sometimes, bro, motherfuckers, it was an accident, man. Sometimes motherfuckers not ready to have a kid. Sometimes, the people that's bringing the kid into the world should not be bringing that motherfucker into the world because they're not fit for that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are born into fucked up situations, and it's where you, I don't know if I want to say that, but might make you wonder, damn, was I better off not being here? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it sounds fucked up, I guess, but it's something you gotta think about too for people that's really in fucked up situations. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a baby is born in an ancestral relationship. That baby ain't deserve that shit. You know what I'm saying? I like how a lot of these people are just talking very calmly though, because usually when you go to a protest like this with a lot of more lefty, liberal-leaning people, they're very. But also depends how you come at them too. But generally, a lot of them is crazy.
To me, it's the same as saying.
But I like how everybody's calm in this. I like that. Dub.
Maybe my semen or a sperm or an egg is a life. It is eventually, but not immediately.
What do you think about the Supreme Court?
Yeah,
that shit is not a life right from the beginning. That's a clump of cells, okay? It's not a life yet, okay? But, I think with abortion, there's like a, you know, up to a certain point you should be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain point where it's a point of no return. That's normal. I remember having a conversation with somebody. It was actually my ex. It was when the shit was fresh. And then I was saying, like, I understand both arguments, but yeah, they should have left it alone. But, you know, I was saying, like, okay, at what point do you think the cutoff time should be? Because I think Florida's like 16 weeks is the cutoff time, 15 or 16. You can't do that shit no more. Like, no, there shouldn't be a cutoff time. Shouldn't be a cutoff time. You know how women can be, bro, when they be emotional, angry and shit. Even if you don't say something that immediately connects or immediately agree with them, they fucking attack your ass. So I'm like, yo, okay, what you think then? What should the cutoff time be? They just do it whenever you want to? Do you do it when it's 8 months? When it's 9 months? No, it don't make sense. Obviously, there has to be a cutoff time. That's how this shit work.
I think that they don't work to serve the common people. The majority of Americans are actually for women's rights over their own bodies. It's representing political interest of the rich and powerful.
All right.
Back in the day, me and Mads had a song called Crucial Polarity. I'm going to play it over this song because I believe nobody owns the rights to it. Crucial Polarity, bring in the clarity.
All right, come on. I don't want to see your friend, bro.
Invited to a church group in Kent area. We're going there to preach there tomorrow, and we wanted to come experience Seattle tonight.
Well, you guys are at the location of the Roe v. Wade protest right across the street. How do you guys feel about what happened?
I think it's good that they're, you know, out.
What's with this brother with the face tattoos, boy? That boy reformed his life. Is that a... What is that? Well, he definitely got a body on him. He definitely killed somebody. I'm just playing.
Outlawed it for sure.
We're glad for anything that would save lives.
I definitely think abortion is murder for sure.
In what way?
Well, you're ending the life of a human. Once conception takes place, the Bible teaches us that, you know, that God says, before I knew thee, I formed thee in the womb. And at that point, life begins. Biologically, it's true that life begins there. Yeah. I think the bottom line is this, is that people are trying to find a way to get around the consequences of their actions. And
yeah, I mean, to an extent, but, you know, sometimes it's an accident, so, you know, it's just it's like a last resort, like, okay, yeah, nah, this shit ain't happening.
If you're having sexual intercourse, you should expect to potentially have a child. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican.
Can I ask you what you think about abortion?
I mean, there's no life.
Whoa.
There's no life yet. There's no life. Like, there's a bee.
Do you see what I see?
Eating little thing where it's a cell growing. It's not had a life. It doesn't have a life. It doesn't know what a life is. It has no clue what a life is. You think, oh, it moves around. Or, you know.
Yo, that is a grown man, bro. What's going on? What's going on?
Blinks its eyes. Or it's
Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Sucks its thumb. Something like that, right? That proves that. Okay, but are you going to give more rights to that baby? That's that fetus? You're going to give more rights to that fetus than you are to women, right? And then all the children that are born that end up in the orphanages.
That's another little buzz thing to say. Oh, it's gonna have more rights than me. What other rights? What rights would the fetus have that you don't have, bro? Aside from, you know, not getting rid of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I understand both sides of the argument, but, you know, you gotta actually have valid arguments if you're arguing against one other side. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's not a good. Yeah, I don't think that will stand up in court.
They end up with abusive parents. They end up on the streets. They end up all sorts of problems.
That's another thing too. A lot of people talking about, oh, you can't end a life, you can't kill a life, you can't take a baby's life away. But then when that baby born, they don't care. They don't care what happens to you know what I'm saying? They don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care. I think what happened, like the reason they even overturned that shit is because they see a lot of white women aborting their babies, and these white people are scared of getting replaced. You know, the great replacement, where, you know, well, it's true. You know, everybody in America is gonna be just brown by like 2070, nigga, maybe 2050, to be honest. And the white people are scared of being replaced. They want to keep their gene pool clean and clear. So, you know, I think that's where a lot of that stemmed from this, where it's like a kind of like a band-aid for the problem, because, you know, white people are dying at many rates, bro. At high rates. White people are dying at high rates. The birth rates are down, and niggas is killing themselves even more. Shit's tough.
dropping out of school.
I'm just saying to think deeper. There's a lot of different reasons why things happen that they're not going to say outright. They're not going to push outright, report on outright. But if you look around, look at the data, you look at the facts, you look at what's going on, you will see it.
You're going to have like millions of these kids in the next 10 to 20 years, okay? What are they going to do about that? Nothing. Nothing. They think that that's okay.
They think it's
okay. That's not okay, right?
Ooh.
So I don't know.
Look at that nigga teeth. I know he smokes cigarettes.
I don't understand why they're just being so pig-headed and stupid. I think it's an agenda. It's just a coup. It's a coup. The Supreme Court's in the middle of a coup.
Ooh.
It shouldn't have the powers it has. You can't pass laws like that without asking the other two branches of government for, do you think this is cool? It's a balance of power that's not been used forever because it's been usurped. It's a coup. It's been going on since, well, I don't know. My boyfriend knows.
Boyfriend?
Mind talking to you guys real quick?
I always wonder how people like that, how do they go about their regular life? Like regular working 9 to 5 life. Like, bro, I don't know. No judgment. We don't judge here.
So how do you guys feel about the whole Roe v. Wade thing being overturned?
What the? Are those nuns? Are those Mormons? Are they Amish? What are they doing here?
God created all humans, and I believe we should leave it up to Him and not take any rights away of the human to live.
So what would you do if you got pregnant in an unwanted situation? Like,
even if I would feel like this is not a good situation, I would like to make the situation as good as possible for the child.
Right.
That it can be good in the end.
So at what point after conception do you believe that a sperm cell becomes sentient?
Immediately. Right away. I believe the human is started at conception. I believe once it's conceived, the baby has started.
For sure. But I mean, just imagine like something horrible happened to you, you got pregnant, and like you knew you were pregnant as a result of a bad situation. Like, how would you feel about bringing a kid into the world knowing that you didn't want it to be there? I mean,
well, obviously, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I believe that God designed it for the woman to have a baby. And in this circumstance, you're talking about a woman that wasn't ready for it or didn't want it. But I still firmly believe that we should not kill the baby.
even if it was you?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Hey, man. People believe what they believe. You know what I'm saying? I give anybody props for believing something, I guess. Never mind. No, I don't. Because don't believe everything. Some people believe shit too much. But hey, that was very tame. Nothing too crazy. Not a liberal freak out. We're going to do some more of those for sure. Because I love when liberals freak out. And conservatives. Republican freak out. I got to do both. So people don't think I'm a fucking right-winger or Trumper or something. But really, I don't even care. I don't like none of them people.